Did you know that in the Bible, no man was allowed to be both a king and a priest? One throne, one altar, two separate callings. But the Messiah would change everything. In the history of Israel, the roles of king and priest were distinct and separate from the time of Moses. This separation was established when God designated the tribe of Levi for priestly duties. Numbers chapter 3 verse 10 says, "Appoint Aaron and his sons to serve as priests. Anyone else who approaches the sanctuary is to be put to death." The Levites were set apart for this sacred role, as seen in Deuteronomy chapter 80, which states that the Levitical priests are to have no inheritance with Israel, but live on the offerings presented to the Lord. On the other hand, kingship was granted to the tribe of Judah. As prophesied in Genesis chapter 49 verse 10, "The scepter will not depart from Judah, nor the ruler's staff from between his feet, until he to whom it belongs shall come, and the obedience of the nations shall be his." This separation was strictly observed, with one notable exception: King Uzziah. Uzziah was a righteous king who became proud and overstepped his bounds by attempting to perform priestly duties. He entered the temple to burn incense, an act reserved for the priests. Despite their attempts to stop him, Uzziah persisted, and as he lifted the censer, he was struck with leprosy, which he bore for the rest of his life. This clear distinction meant a king could never be a priest, and a priest could never be a king. However, this separation was bridged in the person of the Messiah, Yeshua, Jesus, who was both king and high priest. Yeshua, from the line of Judah, fulfilled both roles, embodying a salvation that was not divided. In Isaiah chapter 53 verse 12, "It is right, and he bore the sin of many, and made intercession for the transgressors." This passage highlights his priestly function of making atonement for sin. Daniel chapter 9 verse 24 prophesies the coming of the Messiah who would finish transgression, put an end to sin, atone for wickedness, bring in everlasting righteousness, seal up vision and prophecy, and anoint the most holy place. This prophecy aligns with the dual role of Yeshua as both king and priest, offering the final atonement. The Messiah's priesthood was unique because it was not based on physical lineage, but on a new covenant. Jeremiah chapter 31 speaks of this new covenant. "The days are coming, declares the Lord, when I will make a new covenant with the people of Israel and with the people of Judah." This new covenant, inaugurated by Yeshua's sacrifice on the cross, transcends the old Levitical priesthood. Hebrews 8 verse 13 explains, "By calling this covenant new, he has made the first one obsolete, and what is obsolete and outdated will soon disappear." Yeshua's priesthood is established through human flesh and blood, but by the power of an indestructible life, fulfilling the prophecy of an everlasting covenant. This concept is further illustrated by Melchizedek, a figure from the Old Testament who was both a king and a priest. Melchizedek translates to King of Righteousness in Hebrew. He blessed Abraham, from whom Isaac was born, and then Jacob, whose descendants included Levi, representing the priestly line, and Judah, the kingly line. This lineage symbolizes the separation and eventual unification found in the Messiah. Psalm 110 verse 4 prophesies, "The Lord has sworn and will not change his mind. You are a priest forever in the order of Melchizedek." This highlights that the Messiah would hold an eternal and royal priesthood, embodying both kingship and righteousness. This priesthood is not bound by the Old Covenant's regulations, but by the Spirit. This new covenant allows us to be born again, not of flesh and blood, but of the Spirit. 2 Corinthians chapter 5 verse 21 says, "God made him who had no sin to be sin for us, so that in him we might become the righteousness of God." This exchanged our sin for his righteousness is the essence of the gospel. The king becomes the priest. The holy becomes sinful, so that the sinful becomes holy. We give him our sins, and he gives us righteousness. If God is for us, who can stand against us? Even when people reject or condemn you, the priest-king stands for you and says, "I will not condemn you." As Romans chapter 8 reminds us, no one can bring any charge against God's elect. It is God who justifies. This is your invitation to experience salvation and encounter the ultimate priest-king Yeshua. Receive his righteousness, accept his sacrifice, and allow yourself to be spiritually reborn. He took on our sins so that in him we might become the righteousness of God. Let Yeshua, both king and high priest, step into your life today. Let him heal the broken places, fill your heart with peace, and give you a hope that never fades. Open your hands, give him your burdens, and receive the life only he can offer. He is your Redeemer, your High Priest, your King. Let his love transform everything in you. Thanks for watching. We hope this message blessed you. Please like, share, and subscribe for more content.